guys, today I'm gonna teach you Python, a programming language in which I have been using in my university. So, why don't I just teach you guys? Okay, so let's begin. Welcome to the classroom, but it is in ASMR, so let's get my trusty black pen. Okay, just plop that to the side. Okay, now I'm gonna teach you some Python now. So, the first is print. Print is a very good way of printing to the console. Okay, the console. What's a console? Well, it's a place in which your outputs are displayed. So it might be displayed as a separate window, or it could be below. It just depends on the software you're using. Okay. In fact, I'm gonna tell you the software is the first that you should use when using Python. Okay. You can either use Visual Studio or Visual Studio Code, or you can use the typical Python idle application, which basically has Python on itself. So yeah. Okay, first word, print. What does print do? Okay, so print basically prints something to the console. That's literally what it does. You can use it for debugging. You can use it for, like, let's say you have an error that you want to fix and you want to find that error, so you just want to print what you want to print. So yeah, simple enough. Okay, now let me show you a proper syntax for print. Okay, so bear with me for a second. Okay, now we have got an example. Okay, so as you can see, we have an example right here. Now, print. Okay, so print like this, but instead we use parentheses or brackets, whatever you may call it, but I call it parentheses. So, parentheses and your string of text, and these blue, I think they're called quotation marks, are used to collectively kind of distinguish what is a string and what is a variable, not a variable, a function, or something that Python can recognize. So, print, okay, and the string, in which you can type anything you want here, and what it will do is it will print to the output, okay, or to the console, anything within these two quotation marks. Get it? Good, okay, but make sure you add quotation marks so you can print a string of text. If you want to print a number, you can switch hello world with 5 or 69 or 57 or 12, whatever it may be. If it's in between these two quotation marks, it would print out the desired outcome that you just so happen to put within these two quotation marks. I hope it makes sense. But print, very simple. Okay, very simple. Now, let's say you want to print a variable. Let me give you a example of a script that I wrote. So you can see here, you can see print. We're still talking about the print. Okay, so we have variables x and y. X has the value of 5, the number 5, by the way, not the string, the number 5, and y has the value of 2. Okay, so let's say you want to print x. Okay, well, the value of x, which is in this case 5. Yeah, 5. So you would put it out like this initially. Okay, so print parentheses and quotation marks and x in the middle, and you would think that this second line right here, this line right here, would output the number 5, because x is the value of x is 5. But you're wrong. It prints only x. Once again, the quotation marks does not care if it's a variable. It just prints whatever is in it. So x would be printed out in the console, not 5. But if you want to print 5, simply just focus, please. Okay, simply just put print and parentheses, no quotation marks, as you're referencing the variable, itself, which has the value of 5, and therefore this x is no longer going to be printed as x, it's going to be printed as 5 because there are no quotation marks. Of course, if it has errors for you, then it just means that print can't really print a value, a value type, which is a string. It can print a value type, which is a string, but it can't print a non-string, let's say. But if you encounter that, but this should work. Okay, this second line should work. So just no, this first line should work. All right. So first line print x will only print 5. Second line print quotation marks x will only print x. Get it? Okay. Now I got another example. So we have still the same variables: x, y. X has the value of 5, y has the value of 2, and let's say you want to add them both. Okay, so you want to add them both. So what you do, right, is you put z, okay, first, because you're trying to attach these variables into z, so that these variables, so that z has the value of these two variables, and with the addition sign placed in between them, this allows x and y to be added up or summed up, which means what is y plus x. So let's see, y is 2, x is 5, so y is 2 and x is 5, so 5 plus 2, 7. Yeah, 7. So that means z would carry the value 7. Okay, that's in our minds, but the computer can process this pretty well. Okay, so next we have print. Okay, print. So str. The reason why we put str, okay, instead of z, because sometimes if you're trying to work with like numbers, print does not like numbers, and especially if you're adding, like if you're putting this equation or this line of code inside this, print would be very not happy. It might bring up a syntax error. But print, right? So print, and don't put quotation marks because we are trying to run this code, because this itself is a code itself. So no quotation marks, and say str, which means string, okay? And anything inside these two brackets right here means that the value is no longer a number, it is now a string. If you want to convert it into a number, you would have to do int, then parentheses, instead of string, parentheses. So this has string parentheses. So z, forgive me, that's a z right there, not a 2. Okay, and it would print, what would it print? 7. Good job, because z has the value of 7, and therefore gets printed out as 7. Just 7, nothing else. And I hope you guys learned something today. This is what I can give you guys. But before I leave, I'm going to give you guys an example. Okay, so you're going to tell me what the output is, judging from the syntax of the lines of code that I've been given to you. Perfect. Okay, stay still. I have involved a bit of maths in this example, but if you can see correctly, we have A that has the value of 5, D that has the value of 2, not D, B has a value of 2, C has a value of 6. So, in theory, what would D be? Yep, what would be the value of D? So we have A plus B, brackets. If you guys know algebra, this could be easy for you. If you don't, then go back to primary school. Anyway, so A plus B, what's A plus B? 11, good. Okay, and what's 11 minus C? Because remember, everything in brackets goes first. Okay, so 11 minus C. What is C? Perfect, it's 6. So 11 minus 6. I got it in my head, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay, that would be be 5. So this entire equation right here would equate to 5. Therefore, D would hold the value of 5. Get it? Good. Now, what would this print? No, not D. Yes, 5. 5. You are correct. Okay, so all this entirety, okay, is all calculation. There's nothing printed, but print prints out the output, which is this, which is D. Therefore, print 5, basically, and your output would literally be, would quintessentially be 5. So, if you got that correct, please, I'm gonna give you an award. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's IT class, you could say, or information technology class. Please, okay, have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time. Okay, yep, your Professor Wintred is very proud. Okay, very proud. All right, have a great and wonderful night.